His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Comot Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
I see in the next.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you wear vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Coma today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how Weah had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. Bad person, George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. Forever, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I interfere with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so he can, the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example. If a former president, the police should go there to verify. Let them come out and say that fire incident is a lie. Have they gone there?
All the road thing you see, they're doing so. Now, John, we are project. Don't mind no people. Joseph Parker building road. Like money, but because John, we have people behind him that were not doing the right thing. The country. We can't give it to Joseph Parker and people here. No way. Joseph Parker is the one that brought the war to Keto. And now United Party brought the war. So what we having? So that today, okay, we agree you brought the poor body and say you want to bury them, right? But you're not going to the place burying the people. What you came for? They're not the wrong campaign. You're not going to the place burying the people. Oh, you're not go there. I want to challenge anybody that want to prove me wrong. You're not go there. He went to the church for the people to see him. Oh, we can't reconcile. Nobody want to reconcile with Joseph Parker because Joseph Parker is a liar and crook. That's who he is. Any old man that don't respect yourself, they make you town chief. You can't earn a town chief. The children then will respect you.
Right, sure.
Joseph Parker put on the impression that, oh, let it happen on a job we are government when we come with change it. Joseph Parker more criminal than Joe we are.
When Bwaka and Elling were president and vice president, many bad things happened in this country. Yet, Liberians gave the both of them a second term in office. Bwaka was vice president when Harry Greaves, one of Liberia's brightest minds, was murdered in this country on a clearly questionable, unacceptably questionable circumstances. What did Joe Bwaka say? Absolutely nothing. Boakai was vice president in this country when NOCAL, the National Oil Company of Liberia, under Robert Salif's leadership, was bankrupted. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came forward and said, I take responsibility, as if that should absolve her son of the wrong he committed and the violation of our laws and the corruption and the depletion of NOCAL. Joseph Boakai was vice president. What did Joseph Boakai say? Was he a rescuer then? Joseph Boakai was vice president and concomitantly president of the Liberian Senate when 66 bad concessions were signed. Under his leadership in the Senate, what did Joseph Boakai do as vice president and president of the Senate? He did absolutely nothing. He was not a rescuer then. He only became a rescuer when he sought power for himself.
I said, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, Jeremiah Kun, roll. I said, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, Jeremiah Kun, roll. I said, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, Jeremiah Kun, roll. I said, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, Jeremiah Kun, roll. I said, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, Jeremiah Kun, roll. I said, roll, Tomo Fala, roll, Jeremiah Kun, roll.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Acknowledging his goodness, his mercy, his loving kindness, his grace, his providential care. What a God he is. He kept watch over us last night, and he has set us into this day, a great day. Yes, with the instruction to get society being better, getting better. And that is an obligation, not a choice, not a privilege, not an opportunity, but an obligation. Yes, it is. We owe it to God first. And to you, the citizens of the Republic of Liberia, without whom we can, and without us, you can also. So it's complementary we work together. Thank you all for the support. We appreciate everything, the pieces of advice, the prayers, and every other thing. We acknowledge and we'll say, thank you so much. You are so good. You are so loving and so kind. Orator Sunday Way Choir from Delaware, USA, thank you for coming on. Hope that you are faring well. Theophilus Chie from District 17, Tobasi, Emmanuel Menyon, Bon County, Banga City, Vinicius Bar Jr., Borough of New Town, Claude de Port, Washington, George, Keita Sekou, Bobby Gibson, Do Community, Joshua Krieger, Douala Butchero Island, Elizabeth A. Thomas, Waterside, Paris Slober, New Jersey, USA, Eugene Jobo, Capital Bypass, Chris Wler, Freeport, Blamo Nimland, Providence, Rhode Island, USA, Stanley Boso, Preston Tokpa, So Clinic Community, your residents, Benita Chie, Ibrahim Addison, Yvonne Davis, Canada, Jacob Farr, FBA Community, Loma Town, Sam Quado, Grand Juda County, Emmanuel Bro, USA, Darlington P, New Jersey, USA, Ambassador Walter Morgan Jr., CDC Regular Intellectual Militant, Nathan P, Nima County, Stephen Yakade, District 2, Lower Magibi County, Jackson Ponin, Iron Factory, Block C Community, member of Block 13 Intellectual Center, Nina Quia, Yasa Sharif, USA, Mary Tule, New Georgia Estate, Heron T. Toll Jr., Caldwell, your residents, Malu F. Fofana, 20th Street, Sinker, Jeremiah Payu Way, Grand Bassa County, Benson, Dario Victor, Broad Street, Monsieur Tugbe, New Georgia, Silva, Washington, Broville City, William Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, USA. Patricia Zeal, your office, Patience, Wisner Lynch Street, Juan Momolo, Galley Street Business Center, Usman Saw, Galley Street Business Center, Gabriel Lawson, Iron Factory, Broad Street, your business center, Orita Jackley. Thank you ever so much for stopping by today, Orita. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was so motivating. It was so touching, so human. Thank you so much. Orita Jackley did stop by this morning to see us. She at least saw Israel just by a wave, caught on a way to, but it was good. The only person she had hoped to see, besides seeing the two of us, AB, he wasn't around, but at least she was excited, and we were also thrilled and motivated by her presence. Thank you so much. Just like what Fatou Sharif did. She came from abroad and passed by to say hi to King's FM family. Thank you so much, Orita Jackley. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. That's the kind of moral support that pays off more than every other thing. Thank you so much. Well, the man himself, okay. Pastor Cyrus Jackson has just come on. Thank you so much, Pastor Cyrus Jackson. How the ministry going? Hope that you guys are doing good there. The chairman himself is on. The melting pot chairman, the chairman for life, the only chairman, the reference chairman, the doctor himself, the common citizen chairman, Daha Jawian. Roma Rico, or Cannibal for short, Chairman, Block 13 Intellectual Center, there in Iron Factory. Good to have you on, Mr. Chairman. Okay, time is of the essence. The protocol is so very long. We can run through all, but We acknowledge. Thank you. Let's start with developments unfolding out of Liberia. Then we talk few things. Liberia, then we are out. Kenya's President William Ruto has defended congratulating Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan on her landslide win, but says a result like hers cannot happen in Kenya. In an interview with Al Jazeera, Ruto said democracy is not always tidy or easy and stressed the need to listen to alternative views without resorting to violence. Tanzania's Electoral Commission announced Hassan won with 98% of the vote, but the main opposition party, Chadema, called the election a sham and says at least 800 people were killed in post-election protests. United States Vice President J.D. Vance has canceled his planned visit to Kenya, the East African nation's government said. It comes after President Donald Trump withdrew the United States from the upcoming G20 summit in South Africa. Donald Trump cited alleged human rights abuses against the white Afrikaner minority, claims South Africa has strongly denied. Vance was expected to visit Nairobi after the summit, as Kenya pushes to finalize a trade deal with the United States by the end of this year. The cancellation comes amid growing scrutiny of Kenya's ties with both Washington and Beijing, and just a year after the U.S. designated Kenya a major non-NATO ally. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has admitted that the two Kenyan activists who had been missing for 5 weeks were detained and put in the fridge for some days. The African Union has called for immediate international support to help Mali combat a worsening insurgency that left thousands dead and displaced millions. The African Union warns that the crisis threatens to destabilize the entire Sahel region, especially as foreign troops withdraw and jihadist groups expand their reach. Mali has faced years of violence following military coups and the withdrawal of French and United Nations forces. The African Union is now pushing for a coordinated African-led response before the situation spirals further. And a top rights activist in Malawi, Emma Kilaya, says women's political representation is stagnating. Women make up over half the population, but hold only 48 of the 229 parliamentary seats. Kalia highlights how the numbers have barely moved since 2009. But it's interesting, at least 48, they made significant strides. 48, unlike Liberia, that the number cannot think the number is between 5, 6. Those, it is a good representation. 48 women, 48. Liberia, bad of the baddest, most worst in terms of women's representation. And nobody there but themselves. Nobody their problem but the women themselves. And you see that in the culture everywhere, yet they think they should be pampered. They think they should be fed. They think that because they are women, so the men should step aside and give them a free passage, a walk in the park. When they hear of the high representation of women in other countries, they think that it's just something the men woke up and say, okay, women are this, women are that, and God created women this way, so we are stepping aside, and then the women can go. Those women, they fought, they put on the militant or militancy, and then they fought for it, and they got it. They fought, and they got the kind of legislation. They went through a lot more. Unlike the women here, want to be pampered. It is the only country that I see, as far as I know historically, that they cry baby. The men don't give women space. Men are obstacles to women representation, women empowerment, women advancement. When I hear them talking these things at workshops and other seminars and symposiums, I just walk off. That's being lazy. That's being lazy. You rise up to the occasion. You step up to the plate and you get what you want. It doesn't happen suddenly. It is not a rapture. But the women in this country, everything you should spoon feed them. No, you go to some occasion, you hear them, and you know, we women, and God made us this way, and God made a woman, and God put a man to sleep, and men are creative and woman. That kind of flimsy thing. Too flimsy, too petty. Deborah said, oh, Deborah 2029, the number will increase, eh? Yes, it's possible. Anything you envision in life and you work towards it, it can happen. These women, I think, what's the country that they control both houses of parliament? They have the speaker as a lady, the president, a lady, the vice president. Please help me. I just forgot the country name. I was running through that when I was doing, getting ready for the show. And that was impressive to me. I did not see it as, oh, look, the women took guns and placed them at the neck of the men. No, but they strive. They strive. You know what it means to have the woman as the president, the vice president, female, the speaker, female, the deputy speaker, female, just all over. They fought. You think it is a miracle? Yeah, it is a political miracle because they fought for it. It is not impossible. There is nothing absolutely is impossible in life. It only becomes impossible when you think that, one, you can, or if you think you can, you should be spoon-fed. You people should pamper you. They should do everything for you. And that's how most of the women, when I say the women, I mean those who are striving, those who want to get at that echelon. They cry. Hear them at workshops and other symposiums. They cry baby instead of stepping up to the plate. And guess what? They are in their respective positions and they will never open up to their fellow gender. They are their own problem. They are never supportive of their gender. Not bad, good representation, 48 out of 229. That's not what they want. The number for them is infinitesimal, but at least they made significant strides. 48. The day Liberia reached 20 or 25, then I think it will be in the next war. Sorry to say, but okay. Let's move to the president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yeman Boakai, the man who is the president of Liberia, Joseph Yeman Boakai. Well, Boakai said at the church on Sunday, the deacon took to the podium or the pulpit. Deacon Joseph Yeman Boakai took to the pulpit. And the deacon was in two halves, spiritual and political. The deacon, in his political self, said he wasn't opting for the presidency. He was not looking for the presidency. That means he did not want to be president to serve, but was curious to serve his country, even without the presidency. But leadership, the leadership that comes with commitment, he said, is what he had always had to serve his country. That his joining had always been guided by faith and a sense of duty to his country, Liberia. Let's put Boakai rant in context. There is no ambition to do or wanting to do. Or put it the other way, there is the ambition. There is the ambition to do or wanting to do or do. And there is the ability. There is the ability to deliver, but it cannot happen because when the space isn't available, the platform isn't available, then it is only an illusion ambition. If the space or platform not available, you cannot unleash that ability you got. Mr. President, Deacon President Joseph Yema Boakai, Deacon President Joseph Yema Boakai had always had the ambition with his ability to serve, but did not have the presidency. He had always wanted the presidency. Deacon Joseph Yema Boakai had always wanted the presidency. He was greedy. He had been greedy for the presidency from the first day. He sought the backing of his former boss, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to make him president in 2018. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf ignored Boakai and gave her support to former President George Weah. Take a picture of that scene. Go back into history. Look at Mr. Boakai's countenance then, and look what happened after that. The relationship between former President Ellen and the vice president in opposition then became strained and sour because former President Sirleaf refused to give her backing to Vice President Joseph Yema Boakai to become president. Instead, she switched her support to George Weah, CDC opposition leader, who became president of Liberia in 2018. Since then, JNB had been looking for ways to get to the presidency. He has always, even though along the way he felt he could not because his health was an impediment, his health could not allow him. He was on and off with illness. Most often he was behind the scene. And the guys, too, Unity Party people in opposition then felt if Boakai cannot make it, even though he had been desperate, but if he can, then we have no hope. So we'll try the best we can. We'll persuade him. We'll do whatever. We'll seek assistance from abroad. That's how Stanton Waterspoon, Heron Costa, they came in. You heard Costa say he would take him from hospital to hospital. The former vice president, Joa Howard Taylor, told us that she had gone to visit him on one of her usual visits. And no sooner had she left his house, she received a call that the former vice president was down. And she immediately communicated that to the president then, George Weah, who immediately got into an emergency recovery by chartering a plane from here to the United States, getting the hospital ready and the doctors and everything to have him treated because, one, he is a human, two, a former vice president. Boakai had always wanted. So from there, since then, GNB had been looking for ways to get to the presidency until 2023, when he won the presidential election narrowly with the help of the National Elections Commission. You cannot show the commitment and leadership when you do not have the platform. Mr. President, Deacon Joseph Yuma Boakai didn't get that statement he said in the church right. When George Weah said he was not a politician, UPs disagree with him and they criticize him, they condemn him, and they said, oh, he is a politician. The one who is the president is a political being, and they gave all the interpretations they could give. Yeah, Mr. President, in Deacon Joseph Yuma Boakai, with this contradiction, you would need the platform. You can have the ambition, it's one thing. You have the ability, it's another thing. But what good is your ambition and your ability when you don't have the time, space, or platform to exhibit it? It's just like we say we want to be broadcasters. That is an ambition. We feel we have the ability. But who's going to know that you are a broadcaster when you do not have the platform? So how can Boakai say he had always wanted to serve, but he did not want to be president? The presidency was not his priority. That is a blatant lie. His priority had always been the presidency. He had always wanted to be president. He had the ambition, but he never had the platform. And he was curious. He had hope that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf would have given him her backing to become president in 2018. When former President Sirleaf switched to former President George Weah, Joseph Boakai, got vexed with Ellen and cut off from Ellen for a good number of time. You're going to ask Ellen. Cut off. In fact, that even led Unity Party people. That was the beginning of the confusion. That it brought a split between Boakai and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and that of Unity Party people. If you follow Unity Party, at that time, there was a confusion within the party. Ellen of the presidency, she left. She left the presidency. What happened next? They brought a claim against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and said she was XYZ, she did XYZ. They were taking her off the party. Ellen accepted that graciously. When Ellen left, Unity Party could not have itself, could not sustain itself. The party was going through all kinds of wahala. Then came the women pay issue. Women pay was flushed out. Then came the party headquarters. Nobody to pay the rent. The landlord on their back 24/7. The vice president in opposition then did not have it. He was sick on and off. The rest of the guys who are enjoying the millions today, they were nowhere around. If they were ever around, they felt that their dollars was sufficient to sustain themselves because they were not to show off anything viability of Joseph Yuma Boakai. Until they reached a point when Unity Party was sinking, they realized that no one could resuscitate and sustain Unity Party. They created a disguise, acting like they're clever, that they're having a reconciliation and every member should come back. And then they went and begged Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But as smart as Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is, she accepted, but not to do anything, and she did nothing. Joseph Yuma Boakai, that confusion that you saw from the very day. You remember when George Weah went to break ground, when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had that ceremony, and she invited former President Weah in opposition then to do the groundbreaking. From that moment, when Boakai saw that, Boakai bitterness increased for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Since then, it was recently when Boakai became president. Here's another thing I want you to picture. When Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I think her birthday came just around that time, Boakai went there to speak to former President Sirleaf, to greet her, to wish her, as it is the custom traditionally or universally. When he extended his hand to greet former President Sirleaf, what did she do? She held her hand down. Meaning, we are still not good friends yet. You serve as vice president, yes. But since I gave my backing to former President George Weah, you have always not regarded me as someone that worked with me. That was the sign she showed. She did not extend her hand to Joseph Yema Boakai to greet. She held it down. Everything that you saw happening right after that was JMB bitterness. Because he had majority of the guys he appointed now on his side, so it was easy for them to fuel the confusion within. You saw it became so serious that Army Moda, the flush Army Moda, all from the chairmanship, they did not know what they were doing, but they felt that they knew what they were doing. They never had money, nothing. Army Moda, again, they had to talk to him to come back. But I'm just telling you these things so that you will know that the statement that Boakai made, that he was not, the presidency was not his priority. He had always maintained that commitment to serve his country, was an oxymoron. No. You will need a platform. You can have the ambition. How can a person say, same as you say, I want to be a broadcaster and I want to serve my country? That statement, how can you serve your country when you don't have the platform? You will firstly need the platform. There is the ambition. The ambition is good. It's there. It's resident. But how empty is that when the platform is not sought? You will have to seek the platform. Everybody who wants to serve their country, they move within that capacity. Those who want to serve their country as representatives, senators, they move in a direction. They won't sit at their house and say, I want to serve my country, but I have not prioritized the legislature. I have not prioritized being a senator or a house or a representative. I want to serve my country, but I have not prioritized being a medical doctor. But I have that commitment to serve from that perspective. Does it make sense? Sometimes our president, the things you can say, you wonder whether he understands himself. But that's it. That will take us to where we are. And Unity Party rescue is guilty. Rescue is shame. Rescue is guilty. Rescue is shame. But they are not shame. They are not shame to show any remorse. No. Unity Party is not shame to show any remorse. Unity Party had been greedy, envious, jealous, looking for some kind of opportunity, just like Satan operates. Get in, take advantage of the opportunity, seal up everything, bam. The current situation gives us an understanding of how it's going to be between Israel and the Antichrist. He will come and say he has come to rescue them, and they will give in just how people gave into Unity Party, and he will ask them to do everything as per his wish. They will do it just as Unity Party people ask you to do as per their wish, and you did it. I'm not talking about seditions. I mean those people who voted for them. Then when he gets in now, when he realizes that all of them now believe in him, they trust in everything, then he open up now and start to use them. That's how Unity Party people looking. So if you read in the Bible, if you hear God say, when he's talking about the truth, he said the great tribulation, that period he's talking about, where everybody now will agree. They sit and say, go and I hold them. That exactly the situation with Unity Party people. The catch now, they now sit and go. So they say, right, what we never had, what we have always wanted, what we've been hoping for. We were in poverty. We were struggling. Things were not just working for us. People were looking down on us. We had to credit. Most time we live on credit. People were knocking our doors. Now we are out of those things. We are in the money. I am talking about Unity Party, $1.2 billion budget for Unity Party. Unity Party, $1.2 billion budget favors Unity Party. Look at the entire budget. The entire budget presents before you a complete, a wider, what the Englishmen call disparity. A huge gap between you that stood on the line for them. For hours, the rain beat you. You even went against your brothers, your sisters. Some of you cut off friendship. You risked your life. You insulted each other for these people. You gave them. The people now, they are concerned about themselves than they are concerned about you. The entire budget, there is nothing extra there for you. Nothing much for you. Everything there is to satisfy themselves. Imagine a budget of 1.2 billion. You have 70 million. 70 million. 70 million. The budget is just revolving around few people. The executive, the legislators, increment. Of that budget, you have 70 million United States dollars. The people you elected to. Yesterday, they were complaining. Yesterday, they say the budget of the speaker was high. The budget of the deputy speaker, they had Heron Costa bringing out, going into the legislature, bringing out every penny. He was analyzing, he was exposing everything. They were enjoying it. He brought out the budget of the vice president then, Joy Howard Taylor, the budget of Senate Pro Tem then, Abochie, the budget of the speaker, Buffer Chimos, the budget of the president. Or they criticize everything. All of these Unity Party people, Darius DeLong, all of those people, they criticized the budget. They said that the budget was too high. The budget was not realistic. The budget was against the people. There was nothing much for the people. Even though the people struggled, the people fought hard to bring George Weah to power, yet they are in abject poverty. Weah and his people were just vampiring on the budget. Weah and his people were vampiring the budget. They were not concerned of the people. That's when they started saying how Weah and his people were living extravagant life. They were in opulence. Opulence is a life where you just use money, a flowery lifestyle. 24/7, 7 days a week. They were on the budget. It is against that. One of the things they brought against the government, and you believe it. Fast forward, today, the guys, they double what they criticized yesterday. Look at the budget and look at Yombli Kanga Lawrence office budget. Look at the speaker budget. Look at the deputy speaker budget. Then you come to the other people. To the extent that they even went and put 13 million United States dollars. 13 million United States dollars. They call it vehicle insurance, that a vehicle should be insured. 13 million. 13 million. If this figure was in George Weah administration, and it's good that George Weah administration, the lawmakers did not go to put 13 million for insurance. They had some other things, but I'm talking about the astronomical number, the high number. They doubled theirs by 3. These are the rescue lawmakers, the people who said that we our government was wasteful, that we our government was not catering to the people, that the budget was not people friendly, rather the budget was elite friendly. These rescue people, they are the one. The budget comes from the executive. The very President Joseph Yuma Boaga who said there was going to be no business as usual. The resources will be used for the people. It is the Joseph Yuma Boaga who sends the budget from his office to his rescue people, and the rescue people added there 70 million United States dollars between the offices of the vice president, the pro tem, the speaker, the deputy speaker, followed by the other people. You take it, my people. It is a public information. See it. Go through it. These guys are wicked to the core. But a couple of years from now, you will go stand there again and say, oh, rescue, rescue. Oh, the Papa do whatever. The Papa will change the country. You see how the Papa changing the country? The Papa changing the country at your death. He changing the country at your death. The guys over there, all of these people they were criticizing yesterday, it was bad off. See how those guys hung on the budget. I'm not second guessing yet. I'm not using anybody's knowledge. We saw we are administration for those 4 consecutive years technically. We saw how the guys in the legislature, why Dillon was so loud mouthing when he used to say spineless, call his colleagues spineless. When the budget goes there, when they say this one, a few guys will go behind the wall and then they take a certain budget item, they infuse a certain figure and start to amuse themselves. They said the legislature was the problem. Here we are today. 70 million, can you imagine, in a poverty-stricken country like this? So we are not poor. We are not poor. You see how the West help to fuel this thing too. Because you know what? You cannot sit down. Other countries, they can't countenance this nonsense. You can sit down in your own country, you claim to be poor. You're asking people for assistance. Yet your budget, you show no remorse whatsoever. You increasing at the detriment of the people and your benefit. You sit down. And I said, George, we have people are building. Yes, George, we have people did. So United Party people doing this too. The building. When Edwin Clark Martin sits over there with his grudge against people, he can talk about what is happening around. He think we know. Just as we're getting the information in CDC time, we're still getting the information in Boaca time. We know. People telling us, oh, they hire for the government official or the United Party person, you go around, you see the structures the people put in there. You think the people are stupid? The people not sure whether Boaca will contest 2029 or not. And when Boaca can contest 2029, they know that it will be different because Jeremiah Kun would not favor them. Jeremiah Kun is not really a Unity Party partisan. He just took advantage of that opportunity to come in. Listen, politics is deadly. Politics is dangerous. Politics is flattery. So they are doing everything they can, and they know that time is fast running. You think those guys doing this for nothing? Let me tell you the second reason why they're having all these increments and they're putting money in different areas. Except you were not here in Weird Standards. The only way you will not believe what I'm saying. And I don't need to prove anything to you because I know I saw it. These guys, they were condemning the very NSA. They say, oh, we are putting money there to take this or do that. Where the NSA, where money going? Look at NSA budget. Why NSA doing so much? Look at the other areas. You know what they're doing? They're putting money in different areas. You know, why they for 2029? They put feed at 2029. They will weaponize you with money. They will take hold of everything. And that's why you need to stand up. Sit down. These guys, they have one concentration, one goal rather, 2029. They have tasted power. They have seen real cash, raw cash money, and they cannot leave it. the opportunity to come in that they had always wanted, they have it. They will do everything to stay on, but it will not be possible. I'm just telling you how greedy and desperate they were when they were in opposition, and they are showing it to you. 70 million United States dollars. 70 million. Edwin Martin has to resign from that nonsense called Arab. Because, sorry to say, but this is the dullest man I've ever seen to walk the planet Earth. You sitting down over there, 70 million between 4 persons. You're saying, oh, the country and 6.5 million, it can do so much for the country. This and that, it can do so much for the country. 8 million, it can carry so much development. But you sitting down and look at 70 million and 8.5 million, which is highest, which can do more for this country. The guys sit down over there. Nobody can talk. It doesn't make sense to anybody. And I can blame the people too. The people are right, because you know why? Whether we like it or not, the opposition gone to bed. These people, at this time, they were on We Are Back 24/7. I'm not saying anything from anybody. I saw it here. This is why the people are having a free ride, because nobody, no pressure on them. No pressure. They feel that it is the personal property. That Liberia is the personal property, and they can do what they want to do, whichever way they want to do it. Because nobody on the back, all the opposition, they relax. They relax. Nobody saying anything. Nobody bringing the people to check. And it is not how it should be. As much, we're not calling for violence. And no opposition wants a violent move. But we're saying that be critical, just as the people were critiquing you. Just as they were critiquing you. Critique them. Look at the budget. Since this man died, the Councillor Bromskin, the late Bromskin, when Bromskin was alive, with this budget, Bromskin would do, after 2-3 days after going through the budget, will come up with his critique, Liberty Party critique, to educate the people. And that was helping the country. It was helping the population. That's how an opposition should go. You can be an opposition institution. You coming up with no critique. You just leaving it to just slide down the road. And you think your opposition, your opponent will feel afraid? You know why your opposition can feel afraid and say, oh, my man, let's be careful, when you are on the back 24/7. But when they realize that you are lazy and you are afraid of them, they will continue. They should not be doing what they are doing. Yesterday, your budget was under scrutiny 24/7. They come today, they increase it by 3. And you sitting there and doing nothing. You can critique the budget. You can raise any concern. And you just sitting down there and living with that thing that 2029. Before 2029, what you ought to do? Before 2029, you bring the people to check. That is the essence of existence. That is the essence of governance. And that is the responsibility of the opposition. When they were in opposition, they were critiquing you 24/7. They were on your back. You know that very well. Their own member, look at Martin Colley, he gave up on them. Martin Colley looked at the budget and he gave up. How can a country that claims to be a poverty-stricken country striving will go this route? Everywhere the people increase their monetary existence by 3, 4, 5. Now rescue. So they're calling you out on December 6th. They're telling you, stupid people, you get ready to count us out. That's how they're telling, they're referring to you by this count. They say you count us out in your thousands. Stupid people. You wear your red, your yellow, green and white. Your way you're green away. That's why they're telling you simply. That's why they're telling you simply. You said it now, you don't get it. Some of your rescue people, you people are striving. You can hardly have it to eat. Some of you, your children are in school. Things are better for you, hurting you from within, but you are ashamed to voice it out. And they are telling you that you are a peasant, you are downtrodden, you are a fool. So come outside to support us while we live in the millions. Few people, just 5 individuals, 70 million United States dollars. Then they turn around and put 13 million United States dollars for insurance. They say their cars must be insured. Then they're about to buy cars again for themselves. They will use your, and you say your rescue supporters, they will use your good, they will tell you that you're stupid. I like that theory they have. They say majority elect the few, and the few betray the majority. That's what you see happening. So, inside inside your can also December says, yeah, your can also, and they're calling your foods. You say, oh, the people are not using the word that same man you using. Yeah, they're not using it. Yeah, how the Englishman refers to you as food. You see him enjoying, see the money. His wife and children, they are all in opulence. He can afford anything. When the dollar wakes up in the morning and say, Daddy, the car gave me hard than today. I don't want to use the car again. I want a new car. So a car to the place there. I want a daddy will armor for that car. They say, I asked the man, say, 5,600, but if I care, 6,000, you say, no problem, we'll get it. But you sitting over there, you can. But they will get on Facebook, they will get on the air and say, we're having our groundbreaking for our new headquarters. We're calling all our supporters to come on. And you rescue, you have been very supportive of the mission, and the president is doing it. They are telling you that that's how the politicians refer to you as fool. You are not yet using the word fool, but they use the word the way I explain it. We've seen it many days. Go to any senior rescue office now and say you're having XYZ problem, you need your assistance. See whether you ever see them. And even if the message went in, the message that the receptionist will care about, if you're strong, you'll fall down right there and faint. The guys are wicked. The guys are devils. The guys are just inhumane. They are just inhumane. The guys are not humans. They're regretting nothing. Nothing, absolutely, they're regretting. When CDC people used to say, there was this saying in CDC regime at what time? And Unity Party in opposition, they were vexed. Oh, they both said at that time, look at what they're doing. Idiot at your time, look at how they're treating the people. Look at how they're there. So, that's your time now. So you can deny it. That's why you're telling the people that your time. So you're increasing your budget. You're increasing everywhere. Look at the place. Look at the executive. Look at Bwaka budget. The man who said he rescued Raul. Look at Bwaka office budget. Bwaka. The man said there will be no business as usual. No business as usual is the expression to me. What was happening in the past, what we condemn in the past, we will never do it. If the past speaker budget rose by 3, the deputy speaker rose by 2, in our time, it will not be that way. It will be at a minimum level. George Weah was and still the best leader. When Weah came, he took a drastic radical action, which Bwaka can never do. He looked at the payroll and said, look, all ministers, you're calm down. He cut it by 2. It takes a president who concerned about the people to do that. What you have today is what they call the aristocratic atmosphere. So we the tap brass them. We increase our budget. We enjoy life. We look good. What really, look at Yombly Kanga Lawrence budget. Look at the deputy speaker budget. Look at the speaker budget. What is it that they want to do? What extra? What extra they're going to do with all the monies? Just to have different businesses all around because of what they do with the money. They go, they travel. They don't really touch all of those monies. No accountability. They go back, they travel, bam. They come out, the money in their pocket. They will say, oh, the people coming to us. They put beyond off a school fee. Pregnant women are coming to us. We're paying children school fee. We're paying baby mind delivery days. Absolute nonsense. It is not the lawmakers responsible. Look at the lawmakers' justification. Too dull and stupid of a thing called justification. Your responsibility is to do the necessary allocation and not to increase your own budget and say, yeah, the reason why we're increasing our days, we're doing that because we lawmakers, the people gave us so much hard time. We hardly rest. They are at our gate. They come into our office. We're paying school fees. We're paying for delivery date. We're paying for that. As if that's what you ought to do. That is why you're responsible for the budget, the necessary allocations. It's not a justification. If you can pay people school fee, you pay women delivery fee from on the bed. So that gives you the right to increase? No, that one is a personal gesture. That's why your role is to put the necessary injection for the masses. Where in the world, Guinea, rare, small country, like far older than their parliament, they don't do the kind of thing. Right? They go, they justifying that people come to us, we're paying school fees, we're paying people school fees, we're buying baby man milk, childish. This place is too childish. I see why some people leave from here, they don't want to come back. Too childish. You don't see real governance here. That rescue. Imagine the guys didn't get, they don't want to know. Yeah. See Rachel Coons, look at the cars they're riding. Look at the cars. Yeah. That was the man, you can see the man enjoying money, but the man reduce. Frustration, shame. You look at them. We see them week in, week out. That hate, shame, eating, Dillon also from inside. Because the things he said against we are government. The things that he said. That want eating them up. They're enjoying the money, but they are guilty. They don't have clear conscience. Not at all. It's not easy. The guys are greedy, very greedy. Greedy rescue. Greedy rescue. Greedy rescue. Wicked people. Greedy rescue. We're very brave. You sit down. Your opposition, you can critique the budget. If you can come out with your position, well, you'll be sitting down. But this thing ain't called for 2029. We know 2029 is set, a seal. 2029 is a sealed prophecy. It's a sealed prophecy. A seal 2029. No human being can change that number. No human being. God already said it. But what are we to do while we are on the road to 2029? Must we sit and fold our hands and look at our enemies doing as they do? Must we and just say we're going 2029? 2029 will put them up. Nobody, you don't defeat your enemy by just saying you will. You defeat your enemy by preparing, by exposing them, by identifying their errors, the excesses, and every other thing with bravery, not fear. Yesterday, they were very brave against you and your leader. They were very brave. They challenge, they condemn, they defy, they critique. You can sit down.
George, we are combo with stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George, we are combo with stone it. We make anything they get guns. George, we are combo with stone it. We make anything they get guns. When we are combo with stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George, we are combo with stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George, we are combo with stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from.
The people were in opposition, they were brave. They showed no fear whatsoever. They challenged the status quo of the day. They defy the status quo. They critique the budget. They condemn. They raise issue. They manufacture lies. And they made the people here and the international community to believe it. They were more psychological. They played the mind game. They used the mind game. Today, who told you can't do the same? You don't have to get in the street. We're talking about critiquing, using your voice, using every medium available to you. That is the essence. The people, they are pillaging the resources of the country. They are engaging into extravagance, opulence life. Look at how it is going. And you think nothing wrong with it. That's the reason they go to the Ministry of Information and make you afraid and say you want to do this, you want to be this. Then you sit down too. Yesterday, when your president and other people were talking, they were defying in return. These people are wicked. They are greedy. They are despots. They are tyrants. The guys are monetary vampires. You sit down. They know. They know what they're doing. The people they're preparing for 2029. They're putting money into different areas. They think 2029 they will use cash violence. But I can show them. Boaka can even use 2 billion. 2 billion on election. He will not win. He will be beaten flat. He will be dragged. The National Elections Commission will announce a gulf margin. Rescue. Greedy rescue. Greedy rescue. Yesterday, and a few enjoying themselves. All the guys in lucrative area, they enjoying. Come outside on December 6th. They'll make fun of you again when you finish stretching, you finish yelling, yeah, UP. Then you hear they announcing huge budget for XYZ. Look what they're doing. Yeah. Let me call my RT man. Let my RT man. Dr. Newton can't put the thing on so you'll see. Yeah, this mimic. Let me do it quick there. We get to the line, yeah? I beg you. Yeah, the people too dull here. Yeah, Joe, we had a mail. The man worried there. They say, yaka. Where is my guy? Where is my guy? Then my boy Newton got put the tea on. Make sure Real play. The United Party that children. Yeah, they get jitter too soon in no time. They are copycats. Once you are copying somebody, you engage in plagiarism. You wouldn't know what to do, how to do it. You will be caught. They know. They say they're doing XYZ for July, December 6th. You can also December 6th. You had to make fun of you people who call you stupid people, peasants, downtrodden. They'll call you all kinds of names. You can also December 6th. Yeah, you say you're rescue. Okay. Let's have this break. Let me see. Let my boy bring this thing on. I want you to see something there. Open the line. I want us to think stupid, but we aren't stupid. Let's go now. Let's take few calls, and then we are out. Those are the pointers for today. 0772 23 99 33 0886 3497 0777 9803 75. Hello. Yep.
Yeah. So you are ready.
Fine, Chief.
Yeah. My name is Chief for Yali Korean community. You know the issue of this government and also in Labroya. Everybody in government. The opportunity that we have been waiting for job. We are talking for radio to do it. And it's an government now. So then I that make it power. So we don't see this in our will be crying, we'll be doing talking. We are opportunity in Labroya that are in power now according to Bena Yure. Got joy on another own.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
How are you, man?
I'm fine.
Hello, can you hear me?
You are on the air.
And there's every someone like that, man. Why can we do this? That's the finest country. That's the finest country. I started to see the chief. Government. You do that. Yeah, from there. That was sitting there and just 400 people. That's necessary, man. See you. How about?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here you the party people. Yeah. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Edward and I'm the visually impaired. I keep it this unprepared. Doesn't fit the fire to the lower. The guy, the user party people, they can't read now. People can't read. People get a lot of the Liberian people that they was sophisticated. The man, we are telling you what is in the budget for you. You grab the budget and read. It's put you against what? It's your United Party. Because if you come with a budget, it's $1.2 million, the international community that you are depending on for some of that money, they come and look at your very official budget. What are they taking onto themselves? They see we are supporting you that sitting on the street or you cannot even afford for yourself. You struggle through all then you claim that you defend the government. No. When you defend government, go and look at the budget. Go and look at recovery. Why are they going to spend for their lubricant? Why are they going to spend for their scratch car? Why are they going to spend for car, new car, and all of it? Go and look there if we are lying. You cannot defend. How say in a world that you will have the five, as the newspaper was saying originally this afternoon or this morning, 5 political leaders, they call it taking 70 million. And besides that, they are sending other money to other specific areas that they will be able to go back for it. Look at the national security, NSA. They were 13.30 million. This year in this budget, they're talking about 22 million. You know what the increase is there? They are going to go back for it. So what the better is discussing in studio is what can this $1.2 billion budget that you United Party are against you with? What is the benefit there for you? What is the benefit there for me? And what we're discussing here. So when you can't get accused Then tell me you just telling us that you lack the ability to even read your own budget that the government has put up. You just laugh to others. You were sophisticated, but you are not sophisticated. You look, you see Liberia have the lower IQ people, but in my mind, the United Party are the lowest of the lower IQ people. You lack the ability. Now look at the statement Waka made. Yeah, you know, I was not searching for presidency for leadership. Come on, man. That was the door of a statement. On a very serious now. How do you exhibit your leadership when you don't occupy the position? When you are in the position before your leadership come up. So if you come and you tell us say you're only looking for leadership, not presidency, that is the door of a statement. You can easily calculate well before making that statement. Okay, you are living your lifestyle right now. You living
Let's bring on the next person.
You also look there, you are not prepared for presidency. Come on, man. Thank you, brother.
Hello. Yeah, fine. You?
Yeah, thank you for the show. My name is Abraham Imaya from Facebook. People are united for us to rescue themselves and the lot of Liberian and the other men are for and talk about the inciting people. Why is the inciting people here? They will be the money. What I give you in studio. I feel like they're asking about the during in our place in Nobody. Is there a guest in very infection again? And something very bring our benefit in the people. They in the because they say it is or if I identify then he's telling you that he's telling people the government and you who is telling people against the government. When you break it down for places and provide no authority for them. Take it for market like and without whatever to eat. Who is telling the people against the government? You are the one who is telling the people government to you know that your government you are doing a wrong. Thank you very much for the show.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Y'all hold on. Yeah, let me show y'all something. The people, they are copycat. Copycat will not know how to do. Once you're stealing somebody's idea or you want to prove that you can do better. Look at those of you who are following, you will only get the sound. But if you're following the screen, if you're watching by way of the television, you get it. Yeah, can you imagine a senator reducing herself to a mayor? Petty
Hello,
thing.
Cornelia.
Come on, man. Yeah, you know what? You can photocopy CDC. CDC has professional. The man who manages
Cornelia.
CDC or who controls CDC, George Weah, is a professional event organizer. A professional, a person who is exposed, knows exactly how to do things. That is why that headquarters will be the only design in the Republic of Liberia. Because CDC did this. Yeah, they say they're doing a thing they're calling for. Look at how this woman of a senator will reduce herself to that level. Even if you are preparing, you can keep it to yourself. You have to count on social media and say, yeah, and you got a teacher ready now. Y'all watch and listen to the woman. Yeah, let's go.
Hello, Cornelia. Okay, that's good. So we have enough t-shirt now. Hello, Cornelia. Okay, that's good. So we have enough t-shirt now for the occasion. Have you contacted the printer? We need it out like 2 weeks before December 6th. So please get on them, like real on them, one day in time. What's about the counties? Are the county chairs all set? Did you send in their telephones and their mobile money numbers? Because we have to raise that money on December 6th to be able to acquire the party headquarters. The PR, I'm not hearing any jingle on the radios yet. Okay, so by Tuesday will be all right. Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. Let Brian know about mobilization. They have to start active mobilization 2 weeks before the event in all 17 districts in Monserrado County. Okay, all right, thank you.
Ego, you're not a party. Why do people doll? DULL doll? the senator allow herself to be fooled and used. Amen. So we inside here now, we planning something. So then must we bring it on the air? We increase FM. We're planning to do something. So must we bring it on the air? What do people get to do with it? And you planning, you buying t-shirts for December 6th. So what do people get to do with it now? Where extra in our tea? What the senator, the voice you heard, that Senator Vapela. And you know the party said, yeah, she told Cornelia in her office. I know that in Cornelia office. Then she said, call me. I will answer with hey man, my job we had a bad man. Oh, the job we are making. Yeah, you know, but I want to give a yeah. Hey man, it's too sorrowful.
Hello, Cornelia. Okay, that's good. So we have enough t-shirt now for the occasion. Have you contacted the printer? We need it out like 2 weeks before December 6th. So please get on them, like real on them, one day in time. What's about the counties? Are the county chairs all set? Did you send in their telephones and their mobile money numbers? Because we have to raise that money on December 6th to be able to acquire the party headquarters. The PR, I'm not hearing any jingle on the radios yet. Okay, so by Tuesday will be all right. Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. Let Brian know about mobilization. They have to start active mobilization 2 weeks before the event in all 17 districts in Monserrato County.
I just thought I should share that playful stuff with you, yeah? Yeah, thanks to my boy, IT expert Newton Tokba for getting it on the screen. Yeah. Let's go back to the line. Thank you so much, Newton. Thank you. Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castro. I call from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Look, Mr. Sam Andrew, the budget, the first thing, the budget is not a realistic budget. Trust me, and a few more from now, you'll be hearing about budget shuffle. You see, these guys, all their activity is based on imagination. That 1.5 billion, the 1.2 billion is not going to be collected. And that's the problem that they are facing. The first thing, when you look at the budget, about 58% of the budget is coming from an additional funding. Those agreements are not even being signed. So they kept those things in the budget. See how these guys are very much narrow-minded and don't even know what to do. And look at what they did. The citizen, the entire citizen rate of Liberia is not reflected in the budget. Those areas of the budget that should really focus and the better the life and the living condition of the Liberian people are being reduced. Look at the education, the health sector, agriculture, road connectivity, and these are places that, and that I believe the average agenda, according to that, the average agenda focus on. But in this particular budget, all those budget lines have been reduced. So it's considered as a recurrent budget. It's only there for their salary, purchase new cars, live in luxury, while the masses and they continue to live in the gap of poverty and destitution. So America and your team, you need to elevate their thinking horizon. You have to be real. When you are preparing budget, the budget should really be directed and focus on the
budget does not come. The budget does not come from the legislature. It comes from the executive to the legislature.
Come again.
The budget does not evolve from the legislature, from the executive to the legislature. That's why the Minister of Finance submits.
The legislature, of course, like he's the finance minister. He's going to do the presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah,
let's hear you.
The one I don't want to say, what a people that they PC there, the popular I make a boy, TC. They have a go there and I will do it. What that? The CEO of car also a teacher one pen. They remember what I didn't have anyway. You are all they say that. Who know? They cross here, they get in the sea. They want people again for our money. When I order, they go every the people. They're gonna get out there. So now coming there.
The boss say you bring 1,000 people outside. They bring in 1 million.
They were whole but they were being whole. That will never see us. War there. Carry our money for up and down, get in. Yeah, got someone there.
That would have so my best that who are talking so. Well, now you don't buy the B ball. They say yeah, they print the t-shirt. So you know who that? They say they want to show you that they can organize better than you. So now they bring it outside.
We don't think that we might get to go there.
Yeah.
They will not get straight out there. Finish. Thank you,
all right, my Bessie. Have a nice day. Hello.
Andrew, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank God Almighty. Let's hear you.
We bless God for that. We have one another again. Yeah, that is doctor only.
Yeah, I know.
Look, the people they can actually, they make swans and they can actually, they carry Google and they can actually. What was it? I saw that thing yesterday on my phone. I was just laughing. I said, "What I me see here? Go to print teacher, I go tell the whole world. Print the many people know that print teacher and call it up and call it wrong. That's a nonsense. We here for that.
That Cornelia cry, Senator Vapila, then a small charity.
Yeah, small charity. That challenge will be behaving there. He's calling for $4 print teacher. Like that nonsense. I think like.
But you see, the boss say they know organization more than you.
Oh, more than us?
Yes, they said that's why they were doing so.
That what we were doing. We are ourselves, ourselves. Nobody come also. The gentleman told us say opposite more time. I was separate teacher for us. You said my teacher for all my brother. You said we have a teacher for any teacher. No. I was saying, Mr. Omulo, to tell you we have love our party. But because they put the almost power they can steal. So they are criminal, don't get down for that. You give it 10 million also for the working area. Because we know that the portrait of water. People are working, they all work in the sector. They say, if you now go, you lose your job. They threaten for every day that they program are coming. If you not come out, they'll tell for a young get people behind on our side. You lost your job. So if people come out, the money to a road there. They'll tell us, say, you'll bring for us out. We'll spend money and we'll spend. Even that folks can't also attempt and you turn it to the now, they will not come also that will flood with the party.
But even at that man, CC, your CDC atmosphere is always natural. It's natural.
Oh,
they want in a natural. In a natural, it fake. Thank you. That's the right word. It fake. So yeah, no. So you know what's going to happen, man, CC? That money coming outside, so the people will eat it. They both the town high. There's no way, too many way for people to hustle. Yeah, they both eat out the money and they're bringing it outside on December that Christmas time.
Yeah, that money coming. Yeah. So let's go there. Let's go see our investment now. We don't going for. And me got the uniform man, and I have copying and the uniform. He come for prayer here. You know what I'm saying?
Who now?
I say uniform. Your family, I call uniform. Family minister.
Oh, Gavua.
Like that calling you to wear uniform. I hope I can Auckland. I'm look for they coming from Hanu. But neither one was that inside there. Boy, it's a Kafua. Look, you will start calling for prayer tomorrow again. Just watch and see. Then they call for prayer. Talking about budget, we get 2.2 billion. What are you kidding me? You put that money anywhere in this country, even when my Eddie was there. She was a whole girl for that woman. When they say politician and my Eddie, you know, my Eddie, and say you get 2.2 billion in this country. All on Boaka are stealing the money. Here a mason. They got kind of money in their life. The people are not there. Go there, go check it out. You will not see point the when you come up pray and say, oh, let it go pray. Go to God, there's something that can be happy in the country. It will be more than ever before. What's my word? Tomorrow you can't say, hey, tomorrow. If you go for prayer, I think you can know God. Then you can know Jesus, you will be just like that. Somebody get on you. Thank you.
All right, man, Sisi. Hello.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I mean, you like to the royal man.
What?
So that we have been told, I just said that we have been told in the royal. Oh, so I do. Oh, man. This is the car I'm calling for country of West Point. So, man, that's small people that we have been in the royal. You know, you want to take the first step, you want to take the real first step, and all I need to do is you call for teacher, yeah, so 200 in one. Oh, no, man. Oh, no, man.
Yeah, they were in the same room. They were in the same room. They were dramatizing. Small children.
Yeah, la bro, you. They are too confident to spoil something. Why? What do you laugh for? What do you laugh on yourself? Don't laugh to come to power. You're still lying for the people. Don't say lie. Don't want to pay a fire color. You want oh, no, man. Oh, la bro. Thank you, thank you for the program. Really going to pay up. To pay up to the border for the bro here. Who won't see what for his country? Who spoil la bro? Thank you for the program.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Peter back calling from Johnson. Thank you very much, my brother, for the topic. I listen to the recording channel. Let me tell you, our party that would be. The land government money that we see, to the number of campaigning. We tell the whole world, and the whole world know, and the people know. We not in power, we not see content money to buy them, they party color. We come to be, we get money, and we our due, we start our due, we put our paper cement on our hair, our receipt, we get it, we pay, we come to be to pay our party color. So we not pray of the party color, we need to more say, oh, tomorrow, we will present t-shirt, our separate, our own t-shirt. Let me tell you, our social even we not inform 2005, we print our t-shirt, and when we in power, we print our t-shirt. So that they play with two people everywhere they won't call the foreign our first step. Making remark, you're telling catch a thing there, you're going to print t-shirt over here. When you're making the honor, you're paying for the money of city, and you control money of the Nepali property. Let me tell you, SNR will report no that they still, the nursery see that they will say zero. When they say political party that we don't want control, all the country will have no hair, they will go and the dog, everything, they will follow our process, they can't make it. Let me tell you, they can't make it. And I want to listen to Gabon will pray. Well, pray. Nobody can be prayer. And nobody will pray because they pray to see. So they will pray. Thank you very much, my brother.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm calling from the station. My friend, the people there. The teacher want to come in for us. Even yes, so go there with mask. They protest for their money because they will tell your account, sir. Will get your sentence and 2020 that they will not able to get it. Even if they get it, house full of money, they will not see that money to create a sokone. They say I'm for you. The second they do that build a factory. They just want speak in like you. After the Puna get shit for the paper standing in church, they start talking. You are now waiting to be president. They will force you to be president. You may remind you say after you not get president, we are trying. You will tell like you to win. When you told that one, and today he's confessing, he say you are not waiting for presidency. You have to kind of pull our country into darkness. Say that they are suffering. That they are suffering. All the people now, what in the market today? People bend their head and they say, "Oh man, we suffering. We don't know what we do. We don't know what we go for the people who put inside. All of them, they were more than thanks. They jump on one boat already. I said, I laugh here. I said, oh, now what you're doing? I say, you're woman. That is flow was found ourselves. But on now we see ourselves. Thank you, Papa.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I call from Battlefield District 11 precisely.
Let's hear you, Pastor Emmanuel Cooper.
Firstly, I want to commend you for your brilliant analysis on national issues. Because you see, when a government comes to power without any vision or strategic plan to see how to govern, it's so unfortunate that this government is like they are guessing. No national priority. So you'll be capping after the opposition in terms of leadership and making a lot of excuses. Like the caller called, second to the first caller. Why should it be jittering? Because you are making a brilliant analysis, an eye-opener to the masses. Because we are not in darkness in the days like Taylor days where there were no phone available to people to make research. But this generation is open, and you guys are doing extremely well, St. Andrews. I want to commend you guys for your brilliant work unto the people. God going to pay you guys because you are keeping the people abreast of major national issues. The breakdown of the analysis to the common man, it helps them to understand the governance system, which is very bad on Joseph Newman Parker in this generation. Because every step they take, like you said, information are given out. And people have to know what to do with the national budget. If your budget cannot commensurate or trickle down to the possibility of the economy where the poor man can get something better for his child to go to school, go to hospital, then that $1.2 billion projection is a mess. Because you can't make $1.2 billion down there and be starving. And why about all go back to recurrent expenditure? Thank you, my brother.
That's a nice one. Thank you very much, Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. So, let me share this one with you. I didn't want to talk about it, but it is our responsibility to just share it with you and leave it. The reason I didn't want to talk about it because it shows the emptiness of the press secretary. It shows she confirmed that Boakai came back with empty hand. Boakai was just opportune to have met those people. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity. So he comes back, and then she goes to say, or put herself in the position, Kula Fofana, the small girl, she put herself in the position of George Weah, press secretary, clarifying. Yo, hold on. Let me just inject there. I will get back to you. She and George Weah people, who knows how many dollars? George Weah went to France. George Weah got 10 million United States dollars. That $10 million, other things follow. You see it all around the Hemprint, the Emory Hospital, the 14 military. Because Boakai brought nothing, and they are ashamed. The press secretary comes to confirm that truly what is in the public that Boakai brought nothing is true. When she said George Weah did not bring back 10 million United States dollars from France, but rather 5 million. So she, George Weah, press secretary. So she clarifying now. Oh, that you will tell us what made her to go down there? Because consciously she knows that Boakai was just opportune to have gone over there to see those tap people, which is or was a privilege for him. It goes down in history. He comes back with nothing. The people in trust Boakai. The boy want in trust the thing. The people saw too many things of Boakai on the screen. They are afraid. So even when Boakai in the country, they are very cautious by his presence there because they feel that he can fall down at any time. Yeah. So the press secretary said when Weah went to France, the 5 million they gave Weah. Then she said the 5 million he can't straight. So he has a generally community yard discussion. Say, but and you say you get it one, I challenge you to show that you got 10 million. As far as I know, that 5 million, in fact, that 5 million ain't can't straight. That's small children thing. Yeah. You see, When the government empty, the government get nothing. What popular for find more on the one? Because she ain't got nothing to say. The government has, she just exposed Bouaka. She just confirmed that Bouaka went there and nothing happened. Bouaka came back with his hand swinging. Jaya, he keeps that hand in the pocket whole day. I know what kind of president he can move from in that pocket. Where is it? We got to find out. Why our president, that left hand there, it can move from in the pocket 24/7 in that pocket. What? Why? We have to know. That will be for another day. But just so you know, your watch, Mr. President. That hand, they're not bluffing. Bouaka passed the time of bluffing. Bouaka ain't in a prime to bluff again. So what I hand in the pocket 24/7. But anyway, Dakula Fofana. Yeah. She said, we are the one got 10 million. But 5 million. And the 5 million ain't kind of straight. Meaning that 5 million, everything they say around that 10 million we are getting there from France that were not true. So she's simply putting Bouaka and we are on the same level. But Bouaka where he brought that Joe we are where he brought that you see where you're shame. When you're shame the how it can be. Yeah. It's too pitiful, man, too pathetic. Yeah. You guys small guessing in what I say. She press secretary. Let's go back to the line. Yeah, let's just take a few calls and then we go. That kind of thing you should be talking on. You should even be ashamed. You sit down there, you see the man handprint, the man footprint, you see the man structure. You see it all over the place. Then he said, we are never brought nothing. Frank getting 5 million, 5 million can straight. Why your president travel, I think, pretty close to 20 times. What the impact of your president? You should be ashamed of a press secretary to even say this of the Weir's administration. Hello? Hello, you are on the air. Hello?
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is Mom recording from State Street. Yeah. Andrew, that they put up for quarantine maybe to call. If they get nothing to say, let her just keep quiet. Let her shut up. When the money comes, the teacher, everybody take their own. Because what she's saying, I don't know. So why Joseph Bouaka brought now? Okay, if the first government gave Joe, we have 5 million. Then the bottom 5 million it went for. Where is it?
Maybe that what Bouaka went for.
So it's like it go there and say, oh, George, we are already so that means they fighting behind George here. George, we have said they lead and we lead and they follow. So they fighting behind us. Yeah. So now they cannot get nothing to say to the Labrador. They'll start provoking Liberians.
No, she's not provoking. She exposing the weakness of the government, the emptiness of the government, and the president can lie. That's what she's trying to say.
Yeah, because nothing. Yeah, he bring nothing. They bring nothing. They say we have 5 million. Why are who you bring now? Thank you, man, Andrew.
Hello.
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah.
How are you? This is for a second time. I say, so you expect Bouaka operation from your small ball?
Huh? You say what? Take time now, my man.
So we have found. We have found that we go and get so strong. If we had said, in Chappie said, why you go for past president? My boss, that here my country. Past president look at it, breaking the fire record that past president look at it. All the situations are break for before look at it, then farmer look at money. If I have one in our pocket that is shaking, and the way pocket that when we play with every state to everybody, you'll be a fan of. But the people that go to more than it, the more than it shows that thing will just be a pocket this.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Dante Staff of Guaja community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hear people saying they for 2020 now, as Razi. Or to be fair, my brother, I think some we ought to have dialogue and because I was going to pray for the nation, for the country to move forward. But everything I bear the time going. So I hear people when you are 2020 now. If 2020 now, other people are 2020, you will be at the level of money down or money out or what have you. So if that way, when I say this country, the politics country, that everybody more happy. Apology honestly. We're talking now. We talk about capping. We're not capping. So I don't get the government. Can the government try it there? I don't ever go to the floor. Yeah, we have to pay and move.
Well, give a government chance or try the best.
I'm saying that they will get a government chance.
But why am I get a government chance to try the best? But the government not trying the best. And the government best thing.
If the government care or the government just or later in the because of let me say that about the budget. This budget, nobody waiting hard to generate the money to that create that they put the budget of this stuff or be what have you. If not getting the government care, the government will perform it. So that's my opinion.
The government, but yesterday the government was giving chance.
So how they going to move forward now?
Yesterday you were giving your government chance.
But brother, what we say here is that we're talking about Liberia. We're not talking about
but the government yesterday was not the government of Liberia.
But brother, what I'm saying to you,
my man, I just entertaining you because you the last caller. So answer. Yesterday when this government was in opposition, they were giving the government of the day chance.
But brother, he made a lot of mistakes.
Get your stupid self on the line, man. When people try entertaining you, then you think you're making sense. But just try to bring the fool out of the clown. You weren't giving the people yesterday, the people chance yesterday. You all should be grateful. Unity Party officials should be very grateful. This government should be grateful. Joe Boakai should be very grateful. Joe Boakai allowed all kind of dirty, nasty things to take place. He was excited for the many protests all over the place. He supported a number of things. Today he's saying nobody get time. The opposition isn't doing anything. He should be very grateful. And you United Party people, you should be very kind enough. You should be very receptive. You should be thankful to the opposition today. What you did yesterday, if the people were doing it today, this country will be unstable. In fact, Braga might even go up because he's not too well. The pressure. Just the small one, he start crying on ABN. You think president say, you think when you president, when George we are there, earlier in the thing, he thought that play thing. He's feeling it, that he feeling the pressure. The money there, but he feeling it. You should be very grateful and thankful. The opposition today giving you free ride. Free ride, free space. You're enjoying. That's why your officials can say anything they want to say. They cause opposition any way they want to cause because the opposition ain't got time. Yesterday, you people were all over the place having press conferences, inciting people, getting people into the street. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You call yourselves rescue. Evil, diabolical people. You people were doing all kinds of things yesterday that now you know about chance. You people have chance. What kind of chance you want again? Yesterday, you people were very cruel, very rude, very diabolical, very defiant. Yesterday, you people were very, very, very bad off. I see you on this one.
George, we are cool, but we stone it. We make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George, we are cool, but we stone it. George, we are cool, but we stone it. We make.
Let me tell you, just that the opposition here are civilized, responsive opposition, but they have the ability to do everything that Unity Party did when they were in opposition. The opposition today, they have the same ability They have the ability to defy Joseph Boakai on anything. They have the ability to critique. You can do anything. You will not put the police officer or army officer and start killing people. The last thing you ever want to do, just as you made the country under George Weah ungovernable, the opposition today has that same ability to make this country ungovernable, to make this government uneasy. You did it yesterday. Everybody knows. It ain't no secret. You did it. And we have the record of everything that you did yesterday. We were recording and keeping for the future.
George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from.
Going forward, we'll bring all your dirty clips then. We'll be bringing it every day. We'll bring some of your dirty clips also, so you're listening to yourselves, you're listening to your people, and most of you know what your people did. When the opposition are talking, it doesn't say they don't have the ability to talk. It only means they're being responsive, intelligent, and they're giving you the benefit of the doubt. The opposition is giving you the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't say the opposition cannot do what you did yesterday. It's clear you will not get outside and kill anybody. You will not put the police outside and kill anybody. No. This is a democratic culture. We are in a culture of law. We operate within the ambit of the law. We'll not infringe on anybody's right, but we do what is ascribed unto us as per the law. Yesterday, you defied the law. You defied and disrespected the president of the day. You're threatening the president. You defied. You did all kinds of wicked things, not representative of civilized people. When you people were in opposition, you incited people to burn tire in the streets, to block the traffic flow. People got hurt. People died from it. You United Party people. The government did not hold you accountable for those lives. The government took responsibility. Not that they could. George Weah had taken some of you people and put you in jail. By now, you're still in jail. Sometimes as a leader, you don't just allow certain things to slide down. All of these people, George Weah, if I were George Weah, will command all of you people and line you in jail and forget about that thing called human rights and praises, the political prisoner jail, political prisoner there, no political prisoner jail. Put a political prisoner. People who inside ain't no political something. What they were doing yesterday, they were turning the country into a warfare. They meant it, they planned it. Today they're sitting, they don't want anything to do, anything to happen. But they should curse you. They should say anything they want to say. Rude people. Very rude people. But God will punish all of you. Everything that you did against Weah administration. Nobody will get in the street. Nobody will do anything. But your consciences will not serve you well, and God himself will continue to expose you one by one.
George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from. George Weah Kumbo will stone it. Will make anything they get guns. When they shoot guns, they would not know where guns come from.
Let me read your text. Yeah, I didn't read the text before going to the line. Let me do justice. You left your text messages. Good. Benson Derry Victor writes, what is it for us? These rescue lawmakers are very wicked to the core, but they double 3 times than CDC lawmakers during President Weah time. Yeah. They enjoying at a time now. At a time. August 15 says stupid people. Emmanuel Brawl says, from my perspective, this 2026 national budget is intended for criminal President JNB and his roguish Unity Party-led government officials to continue stealing profusely from the nation's coffers. Pedro Williams, this is the historical budget. We are so happy, 1.2 billion, thanks to the old man. Perry Slobard writes, healthcare workers' salaries coming increase. The world, they will not give Bukari 0%. Matthew Cholo played, the Liberian people don't like themselves. That's why those useless lawmakers will continue to use them like fools. Minister David Slobard, only the rescue puppets will be out on that day. They still been out of 10, most of them are big here, Perry. They will lose their job, especially ones in government offices. Matthew Cholo played, all those useless opposition parties are looking up to only CDC to stand against the government. Then 2029, every one of them will bring their shamelessness to run for president. Ophelia Waller, they will give them $20 for them to come outside. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's it. That's it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get going. Let's get going. Time is of the essence. We are returns 2029. Yes. We are returns to the presidency. Unity Party is doing well for George Weah. We must thank Unity Party. We must thank them. They are doing well. At least they are campaigning for George Weah. We hope that, we will wish Daniel Sano can keep on insulting, even though he said he has not insulted any opposition official. I feel for him. His tone is changing. He coming to himself now. He's feeling the pressure. He thinks the Ministry of Information is his savior. He thinks sitting at that information ministry and insulting everybody that he's protected because he was appointed by Yombli Kanga Lawrence and not Joseph Yoma Boakai. So he feels that because he is a rescue and covered by rescue model, the so-called rescue mother. She took that name from Finabono. Rescue mother, so he should be insulting. He coming to himself now. He say, oh, he had not insulted any opposition person. No, Chief, you have not insulted, but continue. Every other person, we wish that you can say more about George Weah. You can say more. As far as I know politically, that is campaigning. You're campaigning for Weah. You're popularizing. Going further, let me tell you, if you ain't know, let me hammer this in your head. You can live with your sentiment, we're living with reasoning. Going further from here, going forward, rather, we will wish that people say all kinds of things. You'll still be talking about George Weah. Please, I beg you, I will hold your phone. You please be talking about George Weah. You bring out things, you say this. Just as you people did 1 year, 7 months, you continue with it. From the legislature, the executive, the judiciary, wherever. individual government officials, people in the private sector. You just talk. You say, oh, we are this, we are not that. We like it. If you people are not campaigning for we are, never ever believe me. In any society, but let me inject this right. There's something in intellectualism they call ad hominem. Ad hominem. What it means is you don't go on the person. You leave the person. You stick to the issue. The simple logic in there is when you leave the issue and talk about the person, you are popularizing the person. You are telling the rest of the people who are in that place, whether it is an intellectual discussion, whether it is an open square argument, whatever. You are telling the rest of the people, this man is popular than me. This man is significant than me. This man, I am inferior to him. You are putting that man's image in the mind of every other person. That is why you're listening. If you people have gone to debate, just observe in your area, when people are discussing, 2 persons arguing or 4 persons arguing, 2-2, what they call pros and cons. And then the other group on the other side, instead of talking about the issue, they start talking, oh, how the person this, the person that, the other person that they. Then what you can see from the people who watching the debate, they can go against those people who talking about their friend and not the issue. So you can hear their kind of expression. But you can't talk about the issue. You can't go to the issue. You just talking to a friend. He ain't even know nothing. So that the men now, or the people who not talking anything good, but because the other people from on that side just talking about them, not talking about the issue, they go in the favor of the people who not talking. That is simple logic. So the people who brought out that theory, they said no. And that's what United Party doing. Instead of telling the people what they're doing, the whole day that job we are, United Party can never go 24 hours without mentioning the name George Weah. None of their officials can go to bed without mentioning. They can never sleep good without mentioning. They wake up, George Weah. They eating in their living room, George Weah. They in a car coming to work, George Weah. They going home, George Weah. They sitting in a meeting with Joe Walker, George Weah need had to come up. They can never, a day never passes by without Unity Party people, a single Unity Party person or Unity Party mentioning the word George Weah. What that means is the name George Weah is a magnet. The name George Weah is a spirit. When I say spirit, it's in you. It covers people's presence. So they cannot live without the name. No, it is a force. Everywhere. Check around. If God were to open that, you will see it in offices. What name they discuss? What name is their content? What name is their subject? George Weah. The subject is not Joseph Yuma Boakai. They hardly discuss Boakai. A day passes by with ease and confidence. They don't talk about Boakai. It is George Weah. Everywhere you go in various ministries and agencies. You go everywhere. You go in entertainment center. Everywhere you walk in George Weah. What are they doing? They think that they are demeaning. They think they are bringing George Weah down. They think they are depopularizing George Weah. No! Common Sense page 1. They are campaigning for George Weah. The rest of the people will say about who the man, we won't see the man. We'll vote for the man. Why everybody talking about the man? When you're in a place, everybody talks about you. The rest of the people want to see you. The rest of the people, simple logic, you go, you ask God. That idea there, he put it there in a word. When everybody is talking about you, the rest of the people They want to see. That's why when Joe we account Osa, part of the people, vast majority of the people that make up that crowd, there are people who the other project George Weah Upon George Weah, they want to see him. So they join a group that already know him, know what he made up to see him. That's it. You see that multitude. Vast majority of the people that making up that crowd or that make up that crowd, there are people who want to see George Weah just by other people talking about him. I bet you let George Weah come outside. Anyway, and as a matter of fact, I know he coming out, so you get ready to kill your army, the police, the immigration, all your security people. George Weah coming this week. According to Eugene Nangwe, I think today, Tuesday, he has several engagements. And then after that, I think at the weekend, he will be coming back to Liberia. So you get ready to carry your army there, your police, your immigration, everybody to the airport again. The people campaigning for George Weah, they are working against Unity Party. Unity Party people are working against themselves. Hey, Chief, you don't live. And just say you're waiting for 2029, you're BCDC. You're working, you're campaigning for George Weah 2029. Everything that you're doing is a campaign. You are confirming and living the reality that George Weah is the most popular, the only popular person in the Republic of Liberia. That is why when the man is in the country, the current president is uneasy. That's by having security, having the military, having the police, having NSA. When George Weah is in the country, the current president is uneasy. He has the security, but George Weah has the people. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. You go on, you keep talking and keep talking, saying all kinds of things, all manner of things, like Jesus would say. You keep saying all manner of things against him. And you think those things are demeaning. You think they are going to diminish Weah's popularity. You think they are going to kill the support, the zest the people have for George Weah. No, you only increasing by 3 their love and the resolution they have to cast the vote for George Weah 2029 against Joseph Yema Boakai. Simple as that. Simple political knowledge. Simple political reasoning. How many times have you people not said, oh, we are mess country? Or you think when you say we are mess country, or then we discourage people from voting for Weah? No. Between Weah and Joseph Yema Boakai, okay, let's agree. Let's take it for discussion's sake. Weah mess a country, or how did Weah mess the country, or what has Boakai done? What has Boakai done? Just say Weah will mess the country up with corruption. What is happening in Boakai's government? To the extent that the president is building, is using more than 10 million United States dollars on a building that the whole country don't know. The first time in the history of the whole world where the Ghanaian man will say, hey man, tell Liberia. Something happening with this country. The first country, building going on, construction going on, nobody knows. Suspicion is the president. The president people say, no, they're not all. They go tend to the other people, they say, no, they're not all. Oh, so everybody's saying they know about the building, so the building drive from the sky. But then you get presidential people there. You get gun people manning the place. Hey, man. Hey, rescue. Rescue yourself. We are lying. Oh. You say we are lying apart. But you're lying more than we are now. That's why we will come back 2029. Because there's nothing different. You people have not done anything. No reason why Alexander Cummings said nothing has changed. Yeah, the budget, yeah. 1.2 billion. They're going to increase taxes on a number of things to raise the other money. You ain't know that one? Oh, I tell you that one. You didn't want to say you didn't want to say 1.2 billion. Then it's sitting down somewhere. No. You, me, will raise that money. They're going to increase taxes on a number of things to raise that money. That thing Gavin went to do at the Ministry of Information yesterday was a rhetoric. That's what they call rhetoric. Gavin went and lied to the people. He gave it the impression that everything is okay. That is a blatant lie. That's why when they asked him about the yellow machine, he said, no, that I mean, so the thought I want. That you now going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. Let me just share small something with you. Then we go home. We are returns to the presidency 2029. Yeah. You will pay for that thing. You will pay. They will increase taxes everywhere. So that's 10%. That's 12%. That's 13%. 13%. 13% on yes, that's 13%. Tax on goods and services will go for 13%. GST 10%. I say everywhere. Now that because they gave 200 million in the budget or signature, how they call it signature? Yeah, they say bonus or signature 200 million ArcelorMittal. And you know something? And I easy within our agreement. Yaka. Rescue people say they know book, but ArcelorMittal people really use them. You know what's going to happen when they accept that thing, they sign it? ArcelorMittal will have absolute monopoly. They will have complete control, or I don't know how it's going to be said. It's just like it will just be like ArcelorMittal will have, they say, our property now. The Boaka tap people then look at it, they say, Mr. President, 18 here, we gotta be careful we sign it. But they were not looking at all those ones. They were hard to receive the money. When I tell you, when I use this word, stupid, you think that I'm not insulting. The word simply means insensitive. God in heaven, use the word. Jesus used the word. So they're not anything. It just means one who is insensitive. Look up the word. Who is not calculating right. Your son and you call yourself rescue educated people. You allow ArcelorMittal negotiators to lawyer into accepting what they want against your will. Now, when people look at it and say, no, Mr. President, let you sign it and we finish. But and you people are doing anything that the reason why, one of the reasons you took women pay from there, and you see it? The reason they start because of that money. They saw that money, that 200 million coming in, and they felt that women pay was blocking that money. He was being too critical. That's why Boaka sacked women pay from over there. Now they're seeing the reality now. Boaka regretting why he had to sack women pay. Because certain people around him was telling him, Mr. President, this women pay man is the obstacle. He's doing that. Look at what he has done. Look what he is telling ArcelorMittal people, and look at what he has done. That's why led Boaka to sack the man. Now they're realizing that, oh look, had we known, we would not have said this or encouraged the president to sack the man. Now they received the 200 million. That's why they were boasting, and they said the budget rose from 800 million to 1.2 billion. Now, only to realize that money then, that money they eat, that money they put there, a choke then, that whole deal. Rescue. So I said, Bwaka, no, don't take your pain and sanity. When you take it, we finish. But that careful. You already tell the people money. You will sign a document. You put it there. You put your signature and you told the people 200 million. You didn't board judge said 200 million free and gave it to you because they let you rescue so much. And you say you're stupid. The boy use you. We are returns to the president said 2029. So you keep on talking, yeah? You keep on talking. Where is the man? You keep on talking. The man is around the world. Eugene Nangwe made it clear. Eugene Nangwe said the former president itinerary is in twofold, sporting and political. According to Eugene Nangwe, after he's done with FIFA activities, the second aspect on his agenda, political. What did Eugene Nangwe say for his party, CDC? George Weah returns to the presidency going into 2029 with or being the only political leader with a distinct party headquarters. The headquarters that George Weah on the road to 2029 putting down, no political party will ever match that in this country. Unity Party, copycat Unity Party, rogue Unity Party, idea stealing, intellectual property stealer, Unity Party. They can never put that headquarters down. With all the country money they're controlling, George Weah just don't build. The difference between George Weah and the rest of the people, George Weah is always exquisite. Exquisite. Look up that word. Always. That's why when the guy, there's a word the guy used in, there's a word the guy used. He said, he says the deference of democracy. That's the description. How we are in that whole thing. He said the deference. He showed the deference of democracy. Not difference. Not difference. The two words are not the same. Deference and deference, they are not the same. Look at that party headquarters. It is a known fact that it's going to be different. And we are introduced the engineer for everybody to see. So I tell you, that foreign person doing it. Not that we can use our people here. Our people are with them too. But he is the head. But Liberians are involved. Liberian people are involved. It's going to be distinct. Very different. So Unity Party, y'all continue. And y'all came up with death. And y'all slow down. We warn y'all. It's not a crime. It's not a crime at all. If you say George Weah sick, George Weah suffering from kidney problem, we can say Bwaga sick, Bwaga suffering from kidney problem. That's not anything. They're not crime there. It's not against the law. It's not a violation. It's not a crime. Nothing. We'll just be saying that the person who gets tired will stop. That's all. And that's democracy. That freedom of speech. And your game, you say the men die. Your Unity Party people, Unity Party ministers, Unity Party, the same thing you did on that Saturday. When you broke the men's headquarters down, then your Unity Party officials were on Facebook. Mission accomplished. So it was a plain mission to destroy the men's headquarters. But the men showed no retaliation. Rather, he left everything with God. And God said you will rebuild. And not only will you rebuild, but the building that you will put down will be the only building by design in the Republic of Liberia. That's the difference, or the difference between the difference and exquisite between we are and the rest of the people. That's what makes we are distinct. You go up, you come down, your vest, you say anything you want to say, whichever way you say, we are comes back, we are is coming back. It's not impossible. There's nothing impossible there. Unity Party can do whatever they want. They can put billions of dollars together. They can spread the money all around. They can come up with all kinds of strategies. It will not work against George Weah. You go up, you come down. Nothing absolutely Unity Party will ever do will stop George Weah from winning. I'm not saying contesting, I say winning. Weah will win it. It will beat whoever, whether it is Joseph Yima Boaka or Jeremiah Kumpens down. It will be a gulf margin. Not tsunami, but gulf margin. Take it or leave it. The reality is clear. All of the factors are in place. The signs are visible. The odds are against Unity Party. They think they are smart. They think they are smart, but they aren't smart. The odds are against them. They are working for George Weah. They are campaigning for George Weah against Joseph Yuma Boaka. And within Unity Party, there are a number of people who know that Joseph Yuma Boaka cannot be George Weah 2029. There are people who within Unity Party not too sure that Joseph Yuma Boaka will make it to contest 2029. There are others who think that the president is building that 10 million presidential villa so that he will just give up, rest good, leave it with the rest of the people to contest. Oh yes, there are too many thoughts, too many school of thoughts in Unity Party. One group feels that Boaka might not contest 2029. The other group feels that if he doesn't contest 2029, their fate will be in limbo. There's another group that hopeful that he will make it. There's another group that not too sure. And there's another group that supports Jeremiah Pankun. They want him to take over. He wants to be president. He too is desperate to be president of the Republic of Liberia. You can see it. You can see the signs. You can see all of the features. They are visible. Unity Party, the odds are against them. You don't worry. You don't worry. You relax yourself. Take your juice. Take a zip. Whatever drink you can take, just take it in and relax. Worry about nothing. No, don't worry about anything. Relax yourself. Remain calm. Just look towards the future. Look up to your political leader, George Manan Weah. Don't think about Unity Party people. They are worrying amongst themselves. Let them continue to worry. Over the coming days and weeks, you're going to hear some things coming from in their camp. Everything is working for the good of George Manan Weah. I see you. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Thank you ever so much. At 8 o'clock, the doctor himself is in. The only teacher of the land, Anthony at Law, A.B. William with Face the Issues. Shalom.
Joy. Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle me.